Well, this is called X-Core Galactic Plague. So it's about some greys and other aliens that take over the world, or that are actually and actively taking over the world. So let's start in China. Where else would you start for a thing like that? Alrighty. So how's it going out there? I know the internet these days is full of UFO sightings, and there's a lot of debate about if they're spiritual beings or their actual physical craft, if they're from this planet or inside the planet or different planets. But my belief, or my revelation as it were, is that yeah, there are physical spacecrafts. They're also spiritual creatures as well. And also humanity have back engineered them since at least Roswell. So this is an ongoing event, I believe, that is happening now. Now, how close this game is to reality is obviously debatable. Getting people like Lear, Dr. Lear, and there's David Jacobs that says that we're in the advanced stage of being taken over by an extraterrestrial species. Dr. Lear, of course, finding many different, what he'd really call microchips, found in people that later on have remembered some type of abduction experience, which this game seems to be about. They're abducting human beings, putting them back on the planet, genetically modified, therefore changing their mind and their behavior and all that other stuff. It's not good stuff. It's satanic stuff. So the mark of the beast, obviously, I believe it's been developed since the old world. I believe the mark of the beast was very much in place in Noah's day as well, and it's exactly the same things that humanity is going through, that the fallen angels and the host of Satan has planned for the last days, and his minions. So I believe this game's pretty close to reality. So we'll see it pans out. You know, it started about 2019 according to this. And we'll get on the plane soon. I'm kind of doing this a little bit slow, so we got a little bit more to get a plane. There we go. So that means we can really, or the aliens or so-called hybrids, can extend their influence around the world. Now we got one in Greenland, or Iceland actually. Got a little collection of them there, and you can see they're spreading in China right now. 21%. 21% in China, and that's just been about less than a year that this has started, you know. So it's like, wow, the black-eyed children, where are they from? I'm not too sure how you could compare this game to reality. I think there are extraterrestrials that live among us, but I'm not sure the actual number. The Nordics are quite noted, and they're fair-skinned. They look like sort of Northern Europeans. Very intelligent, and this is the race of beings that Hitler said to be in contact with. So, okay, let's activate some psychology. What else can we do? So this is when they start influencing mind control. So now 1 million humans have been mind controlled just in a few days, just through developing their psychological skills. So this is the warfare. Either you go in physical warfare or you start mind controlling the masses, and yeah, the mind control is by far the best way to take over a planet or a nation, as Hitler did through the Nazis. Was very much mind control. What the BBC are doing in the UK, very much mind control propaganda. There's reports that the BBC even used black goo as well. We'll not quite go the military route yet, but we'll disguise them. We'll disguise them, so that'll make them spread even quicker. So they're harder to spot. Now Europe's getting filled with them. South Africa. Okay. And you know, the scientific things that come up, that flash up on the screen, a lot of them are actually coming out in the news. And you know how these daytime programs are always promoting what the scientists are saying? Scientists have discovered this, and water's bad for you, or is good for you. You should drink 20 gallons of water a day. All it's just nonsense that will wash out all your minerals. You don't want to drink that amount of water a day. You want to drink mineral water. That's what you want to do. So it's all to do with it certainly is an information war. There's no doubt about it. It's them in Russia now, in America. Let's see how fast they generate there. It's either right over China and Mongolia, is that, or is that Kazakhstan? You can imagine, like Borat the alien. Maybe he is an alien. Sacha Baron Cohen wanted people jailed, I believe, in an article this morning, that have a differing opinion, a differing political opinion than him. He wants people, including the CEO of YouTube, you know, if they have a different opinion than him and they're speaking their opinion, he just wants them put in jail. And this guy's a comedian. He's a comedian, but not a very funny comedian, I've got to say. So what else can we do here that's going to help them? We can clone. Let's start cloning. Okay. And what else? Maybe make them cold resistance. No, I'll leave that. I know what we'll do. Let's give them some weapons. Yay. Let's give them a stun gun. 40 million people mind controlled, and now there's a few of them are going to start being killed. And it says in the Bible that a third part of the earth, or men, are going to be killed during the tribulation, which is about 2.5 billion. So just a few days we've already got almost 10 million people dead, murdered by some satanic hybrid Nephilim force. See what else we can do. Have you seen that video on YouTube about the two women from, I think it was Sweden? They were getting run over by lorries. Either they're extremely demon possessed, or you know, they are hybrid creatures. Let's do more cloning. Of course, all the pop stars say that cloning is real. You know, they get at least 2 or 3 clones, and you know, this has been suspected for world leaders for a long time. including Saddam Hussein. You see their influence worldwide now. Over 1/4 of the earth is now hybrid, human-looking Nordic creatures, but they're not human, and they're taking over the world. Pretty amazing. But you see that 150 million are mind-controlled. It's pretty worrying. Statistics. Not something you're going to see in your local news program. Now Greenland is always the first country to go down because it's only got about less than 100,000 people, over 50,000 or so. So what else can we do here? Let's do some hypnosis, mass hypnosis. Why not? Mind control more people, that's what we need. We want to destroy these red planes. Let's see, okay. Still quite a lot of free countries out there. It's not all that easy, by the way, this game. It's quite difficult to actually take over the world. And let me just show you this little nugget here, if I can find it. We'll wait a bit longer. For those of you who know that CERN is real. So let's do some more hypnosis, and then we got some telepathy as well. And then we got time control. He who controls the time controls everything, including the development of secret weapons. So people say that CERN, in the Mandela effect, is about reversing time or putting it into the world into different dimensions. You need 38 units to activate that. So maybe we'll try to do that and see how that works out. But we kind of need to hurry up because we only okay. There's the secret weapon, which we can all guess what that is, right? Against the Greys, the secret weapon is the Word of God. It's the Bible. And if you check it out, the so-called aliens, or the Nephilim, have their own gospel called the Urantia Gospel. Don't you think it's strange that alien creatures would have their own gospel? You know, if their intent wasn't satanic, of course it's satanic. And that's what we got to work out. You know, Urantia Gospel. Seriously. Check that one out if you haven't already done so. So we need 35, whatever these units are, to kick in the time control thing. Let's do that, if we can do that. Yeah. So I think we got 2 nations taken over now, like, what nation is that? Mongolia and Greenland. Well over 1.2 billion mind controlled. Over 500 million dead, murdered by these creatures in some crazy way. I mean, they're not even firing any major guns yet. Nobody's really fired a shot yet, and yet the world's been taken over right before your eyes. Well, that's how more advanced, I suppose, spiritual creatures would do it, you know. Whereas we humans would go in with our primitive weapons and probably get killed, overrun. They get far more advanced weapons than us, and the Bible talks about the weapons of our warfare as Christians are not carnal. but they are spiritual to bring down strongholds in high places. Where do you think these high places of the earth is? That's where some of these creatures dwell. And it says also in the book of Isaiah that they dwell within the caverns of the earth. Now I think we got enough now to do the time control thing, so let's do this. I've never tried this before. So I don't know what to expect. Not really sure how to use this time control weapon, but not at all sure. Doesn't seem to have done that much to my mind. So, he who controls time. What else can we do here? Okay, I think it's Egypt being taken over. Small country there. What's that? Ghanas? The Ghanas? I've never heard of that country. Libya's been taken over. So they had to get rid of Colonel Gaddafi, right? So they can take over that country, right? Or was it the Jews? I don't know. Anyway, 2.6 billion mind controlled. I still don't know what that time thing has actually done. Not really. Oh, okay, so it stayed 115 days for a long time. Their secret weapons really gone into sort of spiraled into free fall. You know, their research has been pretty much halted. Already we got approaching 80% influence from the Greys. So we're talking about a planetary takeover pretty soon. Let's see if there's any free nations left. Thailand, Japan, Caribbean. 25% presence USA, France, Sweden, Russia, China. China's a really difficult one to get. You know, the more advanced countries are slightly harder to get, but I think if you do some negotiations, I think you get them eventually. So this is the talk about some US presidents meeting these Greys. Adolf Hitler did it. So is there anything to that? I mean, did it really happen? And you know, people are saying, what's the agenda of the aliens anyway? They seem pretty friendly. They got this advanced technology. Maybe we can just share whatever they need, and we can just swap whatever it is that we need. So we need more technology. We need more gadgets. They just need some to abduct some human beings. Why don't we just let them do that? You really think that took place? It's for you to decide. I think we'll do some more stealth technology. And, okay. Europe's been pretty much taken over. UK, we already know that's controlled by Satan. And there goes Canada. So we're talking about, and that's the free countries are trying to send out planes to, you know, it's like Independence Day, you know, to tell the other countries how to defeat the aliens, but these planes mysteriously just blow up, you know. Just don't know what's happening there. So let's do some stealth. There's another plane just blowing up. I don't know why that is. Another country ruined in North Africa. Which is going to be the first continent to be controlled by the aliens? It looks as if it's going to be South America or Europe. France still look as if they're holding on to some freedom. And there's that Peru. There's a lot of mountains there, isn't there? People can hide up there. So let's see the status. 1.4 billion people killed, 4.5 billion people enslaved. And how much is that? About 8 million, 8.5 million people free. So about the population of Israel, 8.5 million, right? 7 million is in Israel or so, 6 million. Secret weapon, not going that well. Which is the Bibles, by the way. So everybody's turned away from their King James Bibles. That is the secret weapon, you know. You can see just in a short time, that's been less than 2 years, and you're getting almost a complete world takeover. And then the Antichrist will appear. It probably has already appeared, you know, by this time. If you're down on the ground level, that's Europe being taken over. That's the first continent. It's not a surprise, is it? It's that biblical prophecy as well. The woman on the beast, the EU, and South America are falling pretty quickly. North America are also probably following suit, and Australia are already fully mind controlled. Drinking too much beer. France is gone. How many free people are left? Only 3.3 million. Is that right? No, that's I'm not reading that correctly. 33 million? I don't know. 334 million, is that? 334,644,000. Yeah, that's it. There's still quite a few free people running around, mostly in Asia and America, parts of Africa. Middle East is just gone. Saudi Arabia is now gone. Over 5 billion people mind controlled. What else can we do here? Let's get another weapon. Tesla cannon. Speed things up a little bit. Alright, so we got about 262 million people still free. So we're coming into the kind of last stages. Europe, South America, North America pretty much taken over by the aliens, otherwise known as the Nephilim. It's North Africa, going just Central Africa left, and parts of Asia and Oceania down there. Solomon Islands is where, you know, the giants are, just as I said that, you know, the thing turns green. Jolly green giants down there. So yeah, I mean, we don't even know if this map that we have, whether it be a flat earth or, we know it's not a flat earth, but whatever shape it is, this map that we have, they could be hidden islands. A lot of people say there's a hidden island just off the coast of the UK and Ireland. And one in a movie, of course, just off the west coast of Australia, a very big island. People speculate that the South Pole is Atlantis. No, as I've already proved, Atlantis is in West Africa and Mauritania, or was there. Now it's just a desert. Just a, you know, just like mosques around it and all that. It's just a wasteland. And there's America going now. President Trump must be out of office. Maybe Obama's back in office there. Yeah, that's how you take over the planet, guys. I mean, mind control, you see the figures there. Yeah, 5.3 billion mind controlled, 1.6 billion killed by the sword, and that's not to mention plagues and other things that's in Revelation. So, it's pretty darn accurate, man. And I believe this type of thing was going on during the days of Noah as well. I really do think that Noah was facing the same type of satanic tactics. The fallen angel, there we go. So 441 days with a little bit of time manipulation or whatever that weapon was, CERN. Yeah, the aliens win, but we actually know that if that's the end of the tribulation, then God's wrath is going to be poured out. The second coming of Christ, and the Christians that are left in the earth will be raptured, and the Lord will make everything new. He'll destroy the nations, and those that are left will continue with them in the millennial reign.